Welcome to Enchanted Tarot. This is for the sign of Leo for the month of July. It is a general reading, so that means it will not resonate with each and every one of you who are watching. If this does not sound like your story, check your moon and your rising sign. Your messages could be there. If not, check back in the following week when I put out a new message for your sign. So let's just begin. Okay, so the first card out in your reading is the Judgment card. Now, this could be that you are wanting a second chance with someone. It could be an awakening. It could be a judgment or a decision. It feels with the sun in reverse on this card, and this is representing you. It's like there's confusion over this second chance or the willingness to give it, or whether or not you would receive it, depending whose energy this is, yours or theirs. But I feel that this is you. So there's confusion. You could be evaluating things. You don't have all of the information you need. You are looking at this sword here, and this would be on your mind, the judgment, because it is sitting here at your back when you're in this position here. This is about a truth or getting the truth. This is about speaking one's truth. It is, swords are double-edged, and really the message on this card is how you wield this sword is going to determine the outcome. Now, I have several references here to some type of argument that either took place, or if this is an upcoming conversation, you need to be careful, because this is talking about the mental realm. So you need to be careful, perhaps, what you say, or maybe there is a need to really speak your truth and be honest. Here we see at the root, there's reference here again to, if I look at these cards, being in the dark, or putting yourself, like covering the eyes. You're unable to take this decision here, so you deliberately blindfold yourself, putting yourself here. Listening to your intuition, going within. Here we have, again, some type of wisdom or seeking higher wisdom. The owls bring this wisdom. They're hunters of the night. The cats, this is intuition here. So you're going within, and you are wondering or seeking answers as to whether you could overcome difficulties that you are experiencing and get this harvest, something you desire. You're afraid here. You see, you have old fears that creep out from under the bed to grab you in this Four of Swords. So clearly, this is a card of a time apart or a deep reflection. And you're reflecting on the card that came before it, which is the Three of Swords. And we have the Seven of Swords here. Yeah, look, there's the Three of Swords. So you're, but it is in the reverse here. So this is about healing, escaping this energy of the Three of Swords when it was upright. But there's a lot of fears surrounding this. You may feel like you were sacrificed, or you're worried that you would be, because it's with this, these are fears that are creeping out to grab you. All of the people on this card wear masks. Their faces are all hidden, and somebody up here is performing some type of sacrifice. Maybe a sacrifice is required. Again, we are in the dark. The Hanged Man, waiting, thinking how to get the desired result, which is the harvest. How much work would it take? Or it could be that you're working towards looking into the dark, because the moon is in the upright position, so things are still in the dark, taking a deeper look at how much work or effort would be required, what kind of sacrifice may or it, could it could possibly entail. You seem to be in reflection having to do with this some type of disagreement or argument that took place here. And it seems like there's a wall here between you. Maybe you can't agree, or you couldn't agree, and so an argument broke out. But this is what is in your thoughts. So you're thinking of this. This had to have happened already. And you're reflecting upon it with the Hermit here. And it has to do with an offer, either that somebody placed at your feet, or that you desire to place at someone's feet. This is fire. It could be you. You could be dealing with another fire sign, or somebody who has that very strongly in their chart. So here we have you. Here we have you trying to bring a balance. You're feeling out of balance emotionally. Why is that happening? Because of the Nine of Swords. This is really imagining the worst. Okay, there's a lot of swords here, and each one of them has blood on it. Okay, so you're imagining the worst. You fear the worst. You're overthinking things. Maybe even because it is the nightmare card, so you know that whatever you're thinking is like really bad. This can be waking up at night worrying about it. You start thinking about it. Your emotions are all over the place, because Temperance, who usually has one foot in the water and the other one is on the ground and very grounded, both of her feet on this card are in the water. So this is something that makes you very emotional when you think of this, when you worry of this. And it has to do with the world. So you could be thinking back over the journey to perhaps a lot of disappointments or pain or experiences that you've had that have hurt you, really hurt you, because there's blood on these swords. And it stirs up the emotions and makes you very emotional, or over emotional even. And so this is what really is at the root of the problem and needs to be dealt with, to close off that cycle. Okay, so you can start anew so that there can be movement. You see how you view this situation. So you're thinking of transforming a situation with this death card being here, right? And you're here presently in the Four of Coins, okay? And this is this little safety net that you've built for yourself. But if you step out of it, you know, you might get hurt or experience some type of loss. So rather than have that happen, because you really fear if you step out, something's going to happen. You have the nightmare card here. And so, well, I guess I'll just stay here then, right? So, and here you are with this Eight of Swords, because you don't want to step out of this place because you think that the other person could possibly be hiding something from you and leading you to some type of doom and gloom where you might get your heart broke. You're worried that it wouldn't work. So I guess I'll just stay here. Yeah. So here you are. Again, you see, here we have the Hermit who's in reflection, and the Ten of Swords. 1 minute, please. Okay. So, and then the Ten of Swords. So this is what you're in reflection on. It's about those series of emotional hurts. It's about putting an end to the suffering. But it seems like there's some type of, yeah, see, here we have the Lovers card along with a Duel. So it's like a disagreement that either is going on within you, or this is having to do with a connection, or there was a disagreement with this person. And it has to do with betrayal. The Hermit is standing at on a path, right at the beginning of a path. And he's kind of like looking back, and he looks afraid, actually. If you look, I don't know if you can see his eyes. It's not focusing in on the eyes. Anyway, his eyes show fear. So it's like, if I take this path, see, he's at the beginning of a path, there could be betrayal. And I'm afraid of that. So he's studying. Here we have this person holding up that coin and really looking at the details on that coin. So what we have here, there's not much clarity, okay? And this is the thing. This is what is affecting this situation, is that you don't have your clarity. You cannot see whether this would work with the Empress up or not with the Empress down. You see? And so, and it's what is on your mind with this card here. Now, it is a card of a holiday, but it's not a holiday. I mean, it could be, but this card would suggest that it's more taking a break from the state of mind that you're in. He's clearly unhappy and sits down unhappily next to that spilled cup. He is tired because he's constantly thinking about it. And he's eyeing that cup very dubiously, you know? So perhaps wishing and dreaming of getting away from that energy. Perhaps he's unable to. In order for this person, you or the other, to be able to see clearly, I feel that you need to take a break from thinking about it. Or change your thoughts, because there's a lot of negative thinking going on here. You change your thoughts, you change your reality. If you stay here, you never grow. There's no growth here. This is stagnation. This is holding back, not moving, too afraid to move. So, and we see that you want it because we have the Ace of Wands here. So on the one hand, with this Ace of Wands, this is like a window of opportunity that gets you excited. It's something you feel very passionate about. But, you know, as with all aces, they're like windows of opportunity. They're not grounded. So it's like if you don't grab the opportunity, it could pass you by, right? So you're wishing for this opportunity. Here we see a merry-go-round. But you see, so you're afraid possibly that this is something that, you know, it's like you can't get off the wheel, you know, that it may possibly repeat itself. So should you take the risk or not? Should you, because, you know, Sitchin here, he is the Fool. And you'll notice that he's missing a shoe. So the shoe has been damaged, and in the next card of the Magician, who is the cobbler in this deck, he stops there to he has a choice to make. Okay, so he can either fix the shoe, repair it, or get a new one. But here, he's not yet stopped there. This is the beginning of the path. So should he take this risk? Should he reach for that wand or not? There's a reflection on an argument that took place, I feel, that caused a lot of pain. So you see, we have the 8, the 9, and the 10 of swords. And you want to put an end to this pain, to end that cycle, and to begin anew. And this, on this card, it's a card of something that ended badly, okay, but it questions whether this is really over or not. What I feel movement. We have it here. Movement, going after the truth. Oh, look at that. Going after the truth, clearing up the confusion, getting your answers. An offer of love here with the Ace of Cups to close the distance that is presently between you here. Wow. Very nice. So let us have a look at what we have in our overall energy. Here we have the children of Lear. Okay, so this card, it's here to remind you of the eternal nature of your soul, that while lifetimes will shift and change, and you will transform from one incarnation to another, your soul is on a journey, and you are more than what takes place within this one lifetime. Your soul is ages old, and it has already traveled very far. And soon, very soon, you will understand at least a part of this current journey far more than you do at present. This card is here to remind you also that it is natural for your belief system to evolve and even radically alter throughout one lifetime. And you are, most of all, allowed to follow the direction the journey of the soul is taking you in. This card is an indication of a changing belief system, a shifting of your beliefs, speaking your story, having a voice, speaking your truth. And this allows for growth, for new wisdom. This is a card that is saying that the suffering of the Ten of Swords will end. New wisdom will allow for growth. So remember, how you wield this sword will determine your outcome. The next card that came out for you is the White Snake, and it is a card of understanding. So when this card comes to you, you may have recently experienced a time when you felt someone felt distant from you, or unemotional, or lacking in warmth. But if you continue to do the right thing, the good thing, you will find that there will soon be a breakthrough moment. There will also be a time soon when all of the groundwork that you have done will suddenly become worth it. It is possible that you are going to be able to change someone's life and help their heart heal from any frost that has settled around the wound. Or somebody is going to help you to do this, to heal from a wound. To know is to understand, and to understand is to have wisdom. So I had to pull this card. I saw it and I knew that it belonged. So for you, we have Rumpelstiltskin, card of secrets. So this young woman, she's been exploited by her father, then by the king, and even by the magical little man who comes to her at a terrible price, to aid her at a terrible price. Okay, she must guess his name, and he is so convinced she will never guess it, he actually lets his guard down. She follows him and hears him singing a little chant in which he says his name. So what we see here from that little story is that there is always a way out. When this card comes to you, you may need to check on what promises or debts you may have inherited or made. And always know that there is a way out even when it feels hopeless. And here we clearly see that you could be feeling that way. Know that there is always a way out. And remember, because I feel there's going to be a conversation, there is going to be movement, and this will most likely be fairly quickly. Remember the sword. Remember the voice. Speak your truth. Be honest. Because how you wield that sword is going to determine the outcome here. I thank you for watching, for liking and sharing my videos, and for subscribing. Many blessings to all of you.